mynews.studio.
Picture the sunlit fields of Embu. There's a record harvest. It really makes you wonder, could what Kenyan farmers are doing become the next big shift in global food production?
Today's date is 2026-0303. Let's look at what's just happened in Kenya. Ellie, did you catch the latest results from the STRA project? Over 60,000 smallholder farmers, some boosting their yields by as much as 81% per acre.
Absolutely. And it goes beyond just yield numbers. Farmers are talking about healthier soils, better water retention, 92% report that, and less soil erosion. The real shift was regenerative agriculture. But what specific techniques led to these results?
The main approaches were intercropping, agroforestry, crop rotation, using farmyard manure, and cover crops. Even satellite data picked up an increase in soil organic carbon. Why do you think these particular techniques had such a strong impact in Kenya's drylands?
It's all about how the practices work together. Intercropping and agroforestry bring plant diversity, which helps stabilize local ecosystems. Crop rotation breaks pest cycles. Adding manure and cover crops, those return nutrients and help keep moisture in the soil. Isn't it notable that 70% of farmers noticed these improvements so quickly?
Definitely. The speed is striking, but so is the adoption rate. 76% of farmers in the focus counties took up these methods. How did they manage to scale up that fast?
A big factor was the village-based advisors, or VBAs. These are local farmers trained to guide their tiers. They didn't just talk theory, they demonstrated techniques on their own plots. That kind of peer learning made everything more practical. It sped up adoption because neighbors could see results firsthand. But do you think this model could work outside Kenya, or is there something unique happening here?
The idea of sharing expertise within a community isn't unique, but what's interesting is how Kenyan farmers adapted it to their changing environment. They could tweak things as needed so it stayed relevant. But when it comes to scaling, how did government and markets factor in?
The project worked closely with local governments. Regenerative methods weren't just encouraged, they were built into county development plans. On the financial side, carbon credits from Acorn Agroforestry brought in KSH 85 million for more than 21,000 farmers. That's a real financial reward for climate-friendly farming, not just better yields.
So, we're not just talking about farming practices. Policy, markets, and community are all part of the equation. Do you think this could be a template for other countries dealing with land degradation and hunger?
It's a compelling example. Kenya's approach addresses both food security and climate change. By weaving together government support, financial incentives, and grassroots learning, they've built a system that's both economically sound and good for the environment. The real question now is, who's going to try this next?
Which circles back to where we began. Could this mark a turning point for food systems worldwide? Kenya's results aren't just numbers. They're a guide for anyone facing climate challenges and poor soils.
We've covered how regenerative farming lifted yields, improved soils, and built local skills through VBAs. We also saw how government and market incentives can drive real change, with carbon markets rewarding sustainable choices.
Thanks for listening as we unpacked Kenya's agricultural transformation and explored what it could mean for the rest of the world.
Thank you for joining us. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Give it a try for free.